window greenhouse is finally done, and I am so excited to get to share it with you guys. This project has just been infinitely more than I could have hoped for. It just blows my mind how beautiful it is. Jeremiah did an amazing job. He really does put a lot of effort into the details, and I want to take you guys and show you the little things that I think make this project really special. Obviously we have a porch here on the front and 2 long garden beds on the side. On this side you'll see that there's a big watering trough to have easily accessible water to water the plants in the greenhouse. Also, we're going to be setting our bees up over here in this side of the cottage garden, and so that will be a water source for the bees as well. Nice large porch. I'm kind of on the hunt for a couple of good rocking chairs or a little bistro set to sit out here. I've got my Greenstalk planters, which are going to be absolutely gorgeous as those flowers and herbs fill out. There's some kale in there and a tomato plant. I'm just kind of seeing how they're all going to do. And on this side we have this long bed that runs the length of the greenhouse, which Maya put in for me because I had a cool idea. Now this greenhouse is kind of doubling as my gardening shed, and here in Arkansas it gets very hot in the summer, which means that greenhouses aren't worth a whole lot in the summer. You don't really get to use them. So I've looked into some shade cloths to shade the roof, and another thing that I'm going to do is plant some really large elephant ears and some banana trees on the side here where the sun comes up, and those will die back in the winter. So in the spring and the winter when I need full sun exposure to the greenhouse, those will be small or completely gone, but then they'll come up in the spring and fill out as the summer progresses, offering some shade to this building and allowing me to use it as a garden shed when otherwise it would be too hot to spend any time in here. One thing that we're actually going to be putting in up here that just wasn't going to be ready in time, and we didn't want to make you guys wait any longer or else face mutiny. We actually ordered a custom stained glass window that's going to go in up above this door. My aunt is an incredibly gifted glass artist, and she is designing something to go in there that will be very themed to our garden. Now let's go inside, which I know you guys are really excited for. Isn't this amazing? I started moving some plants down here, not very many yet, but I will progress here in the next couple of days, filling it up. Maya is a detail guy, and he actually kept a lot of this from me. I got to see it just a little bit before you, but the last day and a half of him working down here, he asked me not to come down and stayed up really late. So I woke up and he brought me down and showed me all of these little surprises that I wasn't expecting, and I think that they're really neat. So over here we've got a little work table, just a space that's like a desk. Here, something to hang tools on. Around here you'll notice this beautiful banner that one of our viewers sent us. It actually just worked out perfect. We chose colors kind of to go with it. It ended up being sort of a little bit of the inspiration for our color scheme, and when we hung it up I thought, oh wow, this is even more perfect than I imagined. This is really neat. A little bit of Jeremiah innovation. This table comes up and locks. There's one on the other side as well because I often have friends here helping me. But this is for potting. He's got a lip around the edge here, but not on the front. He gives me a hard time about never brushing off my potting bench up in my other greenhouse. It's one of those things that, like, Jeremiah likes things tidy, and I don't mind a little bit of a mess. So he built this so that whenever you're done with your potting, you can actually put a tub underneath and drop this down and just drop all of the soil into the tub. No broom required. And there are 2 of those, one on either side. And then of course this little gem, which my other greenhouse actually has a heart with R plus R, Roots and Refuge, in the concrete in front of it. So that's kind of something that Sweet Maya's done for me on projects around the farm, which is adorable. He's so good. Look Look at him out there spreading the soil. We've got all this shelving, I think it's 24 inches deep. All together, there's about 50 linear feet. So a good deal of shelves. This will hold quite a lot. We have the underneath space here, which will be great for me to store things. Like I said, this is doubling as a garden shed. Down here, I've got my gathering baskets. Over here, one of my little rolly benches. I've got a hook for my roux aprons. He attached this cool little toolbox thing to hold garden tools right inside the door. This is a really cool feature. Here on the front there are vents, and attached to them are these openers which respond to the heat, and you can adjust them to a certain temperature so that when it gets a certain temperature in here, those automatically open, venting the greenhouse, which is a really big benefit living somewhere that the temperature fluctuates so much in the spring. There are times that I wake up and leave the house and it's 35 degrees, but then the sun comes out and I come home to a greenhouse that's 130 inside, and that can in one single day kill a lot of plants and ruin a lot of work. So the automatic vent openers are a really cool touch. Of course, he hung some lights because that's something that I love so much about my other greenhouse. And he put up some little decor that I had because, you know, that kind of thing matters to me. There it is, guys. A quick look at our beautiful, amazing new greenhouse. Now, for those of you who are interested in building something like this and you want all the information, the step-by-step, that video will be up here in just a few days. You might have seen in the time lapse that Maya had the camera out quite a bit. He did just document the entire thing with lots of information for those of you who might want to recreate something like this at home. But we just wanted to go ahead and share it with you, share our excitement about it, and show you the really amazing process of it coming up from start to finish. I'm sure I will be spending a lot of time out here with you. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and for sharing our excitement in the process of putting up this beautiful project. We bless you. Until next time.